What's up, guys? My name is Antonio Ant-Man Anthony, and this is New Mexico Nite School Episode 3. We're learning about this, we're learning about that, the land grants, everybody, land grabs, grants, tierra, all of it. My boy Chano is an expert in land grants and grants. So we're going on a road trip with Chano to learn about land grants. So, Nite School 3, road trip. There's the land.
This here is grants.
So is this all a grant, or?
It's all grants. So there's only two streets in Grants, Santa Fe Avenue and First Street. But First Street's closed right now.
Let's go to Santa Fe.
Let's go cruise Santa Fe Avenue.
How many grants do you think are here?
I don't know, like 30,000 grants.
In grants?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big city. In Los Lunas, I think they have like 80,000.
Grants?
Yeah. Or, well, Los Lunas.
How did you learn about grants?
My aunt, she like worked at a bar out here.
Okay.
My Aunt Benny. And,
oh, hey, True Value.
The G is for grants.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. What's this?
So this is like a drill. They have an old train car here. Grants.
Let's
go there.
This is pretty cool.
That's grants.
So is it all a land grant?
This is all grants. All of it.
No, Chono, I'm talking about land grants and land grabs. Grabs and grants and grabs. Not the city of grants. Is this a land grant?
Oh, you mean like land grants?
Chono,
Oh, I thought you meant grants.
you said you knew all about land grants.
I know about grants, but nothing about land grants. Oh, I know someone who does. I know someone, my friend Esther, she works on grants.
Is she here?
No, she's back in Albuquerque.
Get out of the car, Chono.
You need to scream again, or?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Get out of the car. My boy Chano said that you were a land expert.
Well, I wouldn't really call myself an expert. I'm from New Mexico. I grew up here. I've done a lot of research on the state, the history of the state. I work for the university. I do work on...
So you're a professor. All right. New Mexico land professor Esther Armijo.
No, not a professor.
Okay.
I do administrative type work, grants. I do work on grants. Maybe that's what
Land grants?
No, like your regular traditional grant.
But do you know anything about land grants or land grabs?
I do.
You do.
Enough to have
All
a
right.
conversation with you.
What is a land grant, right? We have land grants come before land grabs, right?
You could say that, although I think some people would consider the land grants themselves to be a form of grabbing. So the first occupation, Spanish occupation of New Mexico, which
They all had jobs, occupations.
not really, but the King of Spain did offer people
Occupational therapy? I had to go to occupational therapy when I was a kid. I didn't crawl enough. My hands were weak.
How are they
still
now?
are. Anyway, so land occupation. Who was occupying what, where,
Okay,
when?
sure. Oñate comes up from Mexico, right? He's getting from on behalf of Spain with a bunch of settlers to settle what is now New Mexico.
Okay.
And individuals or groups of individuals can apply for a land grant, and it was to encourage settlement of the area. That process in itself kind of seems to ignore the people who were here on the land beforehand, Native American, Native populations.
Nice.
This is a nice place. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. This stuff's really good.
Oh, I'm the King of Spain.
I don't get it.
Dibs
On that?
on all of it.
Oh, I want dibs on things too.
What?
Dibs on this.
Okay, well, dibs on that. Dibs the Sputnik light.
Dibs on this ukulele right here.
Dibs on the drinks.
Dibs on the liquid inside of the bottles.
Dibs on these. I gotta get games. Ah! a dog.
Dibs on the dog bed. Dog
Dibs. Dibs on the dog.
What? Oh, there's dogs! Oh!
I'm dibbed him. I've dibbed her.
We should get this in writing.
We need a lease.
One step ahead of you there, my friend. I have a lease right here for us to sign. Let's go to the kitchen.
And inside. Sir?
Sir?
What are you doing in my house?
This is our home now.
Yeah, we have a lease.
What are you talking about?
Right there.
That's the lease for the house. You see, it's in English.
Yep.
And it says it's ours.
It's a paper.
This is my house.
It was your house, but we took it.
I'm about to give you 5 seconds. And I'm gonna go get my gun.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna lease both y'all.
Well, we could sign you up for the lease.
Yeah, we
so
can
never go ahead and move out of the
Okay,
Let's just go.
That didn't work. Oñate comes here, he goes, screw you guys, this is mine, I claim this for the king.
Yeah.
And then the king's like, cool, I own the land. He just gives it to people?
Communal land grant was the most common type. It was to encourage settlement of the area, to farm the land, grow communities.
It was like a way of like establishing infrastructure
Yeah,
and like
totally.
food and agriculture and all this.
You would be granted a tract of land, however many acres that would be, and it would be under a name, say the Atrisco land grant. When this is first happening is around 1600, and then for the next 250 years, there's a lot of change happening in the landscape, especially shifting borders, as you know.
Earthquakes?
No, not exactly. Although, yeah, I think Mexico's got a lot of earthquakes.
This is my land.
This is my land.
This is my land.
It's my land.
This is my land.
This is my land.
This is my land. This is my land. My land.
This is my land. Ah!
This is my land.
In 1848 is the end of the Mexican-American War. It ends with the signing of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. New Mexico and a lot of the surrounding land is now going to become a territory of the United States. The United States government is agreeing, yes, we'll honor these land grants that were made first by the Spanish government and then by the Mexican government, and the U.S. is saying, like, yeah, no worries. The land grants, they're supposed to be honored, but they're not. The railroad's being built in the later half of the 1800s, which is bringing just a boom of population from all over, but really an increase in Anglo populations.
So they use backdoor deals to get the land. Is this the land grants?
One way you would need to provide documentation in English that the land belonged to you, but that didn't exist because
Everything's in Spanish.
Everything was in Spanish. Many people were taken advantage of based on that. So someone might come to them and say, hey, you need to sign this paperwork documenting that you own the land, but they might have actually been signing away their rights to their land, or they would go to like a cousin or a so-and-so who's loosely...
And say we're like trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Would they say like, hey, if you sign this, like, we're gonna help you?
I think that was just one of the many ways.
Just
that
any trickery.
These new occupants would come in and they
Sure.
really just started putting up fences, barbed wire fences, and claiming the land for themselves. That's why they're often referred to as squatters. Most of the land that was grabbed is used for cattle raising.
A land grant was somebody is legally given the land
Yes,
by
a specific tract of land.
by the government or
Yes.
governing body
Yes.
of the place at the time, and a land grab is somebody uses political subterfuge or whatever
Or some other
privilege
trickery. Yeah.
to take the land, and where everyone's just okay, like, I mean, not okay with it, but
No
they're
one's
just
okay
like,
with it. There was a large faction of people who fought back There's one example of a vigilante group.
You're telling me a bunch of Batmans were running around New Mexico?
I mean, I don't think they were throwing out like a bat signal, but there was definitely a group of individuals, a large group, who
Oh my
came
gosh,
together.
I'm so excited.
on the edge of your seat.
Tell me everything. Do they have costumes?
Yes, they did wear masks or facial coverings. The name of the group was Las Gorras Blancas. The little translation is white cap, but it was more like a hood. It was a flour sack that they would wear over their heads.
Hold on. Like a white hood?
It was a flour sack. It's probably easy to access, something that they could just get hundreds of for their
So when I think of white hoods, I
protesters.
think of like a certain organization.
Sure. No affiliation. They were cutting barbed wire fences to release cattle.
They cut fences?
Yeah, cut fences, burnt fence lines, sometimes burnt land or ranch houses down.
Las Gorras Blancas!
What did you think?
Las Gorras Blancas, are they the good guys or the bad guys?
I think they're the good guys because they were helping people. Well, they're wearing hoods.
Which is bad.
Well, that's bad, yeah.
Right.
In one of the trailers, he seems like a good guy, right? He's going to get his land and he punches the guy.
Right,
But in the
yeah.
other trailer, that guy's just playing banjo on his porch.
That guy had taken land from other people, and he was playing the banjo on the land that he stole.
Oh, so he was playing the banjo ironically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Usually people who play banjos are bad people.
That's true.
That is true.
Everybody knows that.
So,
Yeah. Would you see this in theaters?
Now I want to see A Quiet Place, the new one.
These are cool and all,
Yeah.
but I really like Adam Sandler. You know,
Yeah.
could you get Adam Sandler in this movie?
Yeah. Put Adam Sandler in more things.
More Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Imagine a Billy the Kid movie starring Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's Billy the Kid.
You can do it, Billy! You can do it all night long! Because that guy's going to be in the movie.
Rob Schneider?
Rob
Yeah,
Schneider.
Rob-
Oh,
It's always
Schneider.
Yeah, the Snide.
The Schneider cut. Tell me about the Tiger King.
So I
Who
think
was this Tiger
I think
King?
who you're thinking of, his name was Reies López Tijerina. In the 60s, he had quite a following here.
Of tigers?
No, of humans. He empathized with descendants of land grants who were fighting for land rights.
Reies López Tijerina. I was like his sidekick.
What? Chano, when was this?
60s, 70s, something like that.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
You couldn't have been alive.
I mean, like, not the real López Tijerina. I, like, acted in a play, and I was his sidekick. But the guy that was acting as López Tijerina, he was, like, a method actor, so it's kind of like I knew him.
Okay, wait. Who is Reies López Tijerina?
He was, like, an activist, right? He wasn't even from here. He was from Texas. He, like, came to New Mexico, And he started talking to all of the people here and was like, yo, look, check it out. I did some research and it says here in your constitution that like this land is your land, you know, like the song. He got everyone all riled up and was like, let's get your land back. It says that they have to honor it in the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty. And they were starting to have like protests. He got big time, man. Like Cesar Chavez was homies with him and Dolores Huerta and Martin Luther King before all the crazy stuff went down.
What crazy stuff?
López Tijerina, he was kind of wild. He got everyone all like riled up. They were going to have a big old protest. And Cesar Chavez, he was going to come down to the protest at the schoolhouse. They were going to like say like, give us our land back. The stadies, they all showed up and they shut down the roads. So like Cesar Chavez, he couldn't even show up. So they didn't have the protest and Cesar Chavez didn't come. And Tijerina, he was pissed. He was hanging out in his like little hideout. And he heard that the DA was going to be at the courthouse this one day. So he like gathered up his crew and was like, let's go get them. He like read up about citizens arrest and all that stuff. And he was like, this guy, he's infringing on our rights to free speech. And so we're going to arrest him. And they like kicked the doors to the courthouse open and they like started shooting and they killed a deputy there. So then all like Tijerina and his guys, they all like went into hiding. It was the biggest manhunt in New Mexico history. They had helicopters flying all over the state trying to find López Tijerina, and they couldn't find him. They went and they arrested his second wife, and then they were like, hey man, you got to come back. He turned himself in so they would release his wife. When he showed up to the courthouse, there were people outside and they were cheering him as he was going in. They like even like sang a corrido for him. Hey, you know what's crazy is even though they killed somebody, he was found not guilty.
What?
Yeah, the jury was like, yeah, you know what? He had a point.
Chano, why didn't you just tell me this before we left Albuquerque?
I didn't know you wanted to know about my acting career.
Where do I get my land?
Are you from here? Do you know that you're...
Yes, I'm from Nite School. Hello. I'm like Antonio Ant-Man Anthony. Yes. Somos Unidos. Come on. Goodness. Where do I get my land?
I think the first thing would be to trace your lineage, and if you think you might have some land, you could go somewhere like the archives
I don't
in
like
Santa Fe.
needles, though. I don't want to do that.
Esther Armijo, she said that the Armijos have land, or at least they had a land grant down here in the North Valley. They had my boy Chano. He dug up some dirt.
So the land's over by Los Poblanos. See, look, here you see some fields. I think we might be behind it.
Chano, I didn't know New Mexico could get this green.
It's not supposed to, but if you gather all the water from everybody else, you can make it.
It is.
Oh my
It
god.
looks like Italy.
I think George Clooney lives there.
I like my new neighbors. We're going to go into Los Poblanos, and we are going to get this land. As a representative of the Armijo family, we are here to get what's ours. We are going into Los Poblanos, future home of Casa de Armijo.
Oh, you're gonna have a gate? Man, there's a lot of land here. Hey, this piece here looks good.
What can we do here, Chano?
I don't know. We could probably like build a nightclub.
All right, let's do it. I don't know where to go.
Looking for the office.
We are being kicked out of Los Poblanos. What do you think went wrong?
Well, we should have brought paperwork. If we had actual paperwork that was like, yo, man, this is like for real, then they would, right now we'd probably just look like two crazy dudes.
Chano, I don't want to leave empty-handed. I'm getting my land.
What are you going to do, like put a flag in it?
Funny you should say that. Somos Unidos, baby. They gave it out for free to all the essential workers.
And you teach people on the internet.
I teach people on the internet. Hold it up, Chano. It says teachers on it.
It says doctors a lot bigger. Nurses is pretty
rub
big. Dentists. There's EMTs. There's chain workers.
It's right there.
Oh, teachers. There it is. It says unemployed too. Hey, I'm on here. That's me.
You're an essential worker too, Chano.
Unemployed and furloughed. That's us.
All right.
Ooh, get that little corral right there.
Okay. Go, go, go. Come on, Chano. Okay. Woo. All right, check it out.
That's a good spot, man.
Oh, our land. Chano, we got it.
Yeah, man.
We got
this
it.
is a good corner, man.
Chano's land, Antonio's land,
Yeah, I mean,
Esther's land, everybody's land. Chana, what are we doing? We can't take this land. That's the whole point. All these people have been trying to take land that didn't belong to them.
It doesn't belong to anybody, really. Like, I guess the indigenous people, it's their land. I mean, they were here first.
Yeah.
Kind of weird if we come and try and take it.
I started this episode thinking I was going to get some land, learn about land grants, land grabs, get my land. But really, I already have a bunch of land. It's this New Mexico.
Yeah, man.
And the friends we make along the way. Nite School episode 3. Just enjoy New Mexico. It's all of our land. We don't need to grab it or grant it. Antonio, Ant-Man, Anthony, signing out. Good night.